G'day, welcome to Gauntlet Hangouts. This is Monster of the Week in Dresdenverse. I'm Blake down in Australia. And yeah, this is part 2 of a 3-part series in pre-Red Court White Council War in Dresdenverse. We're in Denver, year 2000. Yeah, if you want to introduce yourselves and your character, we'll start with Alon.
Hello, I'm Alan Ari, and I'm in the UK this afternoon. I use he, him. I'm playing Sten Ulfsson, also he, him, who is, it comes from the Divine Playbook. He's an Einherja, one of Odin's warriors, and he has been commissioned to protect Alistair Arbington, because Odin believes Alistair is important. I think that is a concept that Sten is struggling with, but he's loyal.
Kev, you want to go next?
Sure. I'm Kevin Lovecraft in Minnesota, and I am playing Alistair Arbington, the Flake. And he truly is the classic Flake. He sees connections and conspiracies everywhere, whether they exist or not. Sometimes he gets lucky and he's right. And if he knew that Sten was tasked with protecting him, it would blow his mind and also probably confirm everything he's ever believed.
All right, Ludo, you're up.
So I'm Ludo. I go by any pronouns, and I'm based in Germany. I will be playing Eloise Arabelle, she, her, and she is the Mundane Playbook, and she looks like a friendly, nerdy teenager. And we'll see what the role that she plays on this story.
Okay, so we need a link to. We need 2 links since there's only other 2 players here. Might as well link one each to them. Just have a look through, throw it out there, see who wants to link to what.
So does any of you would have any reason to have a friendship or a relationship with Eloise?
Like one of them's your uncle or something?
Yeah, or being friend of the family or something.
Well, Alistair... Oh, go ahead. Nope, go Sten.
No, I was going to say that I don't think that plays for Sten, and he's still carrying a torch for Elena from last week.
Okay. I can definitely see Alistair having that sort of relationship with Eloise. Because Alistair, I'm not sure like what social class Eloise is in, but Alistair's definitely kind of in the lower classes, working guy who just happens to have this ability to link stuff together. He hangs out at this coffee shop called Chaos Coffee a lot, and Alistair's the sort of guy who'll talk to anyone if they'll let him. So we maybe struck up a friendship there, if you want to say that you've frequented that shop.
Actually, maybe Eloise works there.
Oh, even better.
Yeah.
I dig that.
Yeah. What is the name of the coffee shop again?
Chaos Coffee.
Chaos. Yep.
Oh, perfect. Perfect. Then I think one that might be fitting for the
Divine.
For Stephen.
Yep.
Is you are a bit suspicious of them, maybe due to their natural powers or something like that. How obvious are their powers?
I would certainly be suspicious of you because obviously you're a threat to Alistair. Why else would you spend time with him?
I keep him heavily caffeinated. That cannot be good for him. Yeah, I
There
like
were
that.
actually discussions about how much caffeine Alistair should have last time, so that's right on point.
Oh, perfect.
All right, welcome aboard, Erez. Since we're all here, I will mention the X card is on the table. If anyone's uncomfortable, just say X or put up the X sign. And yeah, the general defaults are no sexual violence and no harm to children. But yeah, I don't think either's particularly likely in the story. But yeah, all right, everyone's here. Okay, so this is for those that were here last time. This is 2 weeks after that. So you've had a couple of weeks to chill out or get more caffeinated, as the case may be. All right, so has everyone got the spreadsheet? You're all good to go?
Hey, Blake, do you want to do a quick linkage between Eloise and Barbara, since
Yeah,
we're right here at the beginning?
Yep. I mean, they're both mortals. You can pick a history question to link your characters, or you can just say your cousins that, you're in the same town, or maybe you went to college together. If there's a particularly juicy history question, fire it, check it out there.
So, why don't you introduce Barbara? Then I reintroduce Eloise so that we can think about questions.
I could do that.
We can't hear you, Erez. I think he's having connection trouble. No worries. Okay. So you guys are friends via the coffee shop. So has Sten and Eloise met, or he's just sort of keeping an eye on her?
I think that what I'm imagining is that in the first scene where he will have seen her, because he will have observed Alistair
Yeah.
at the coffee shop. But I think when she turns up in a scene, that's the first time he'll have a chance to interact with her.
Okay.
So far, he's just done background checks, searched her apartment, checked her car registration, and followed her for 24 hours. So
Yeah.
nothing too heavy-handed yet.
Nothing suspicious, nothing harmful. No.
Why is she suspicious? I don't understand.
Okay. All right. All right. We'll do the first scene. I sort of had tagged Sten and Eloise. Okay. There's a hot dog seller just outside the entrance to the Botanical Gardens in Denver, and Eloise and Sten are there, whether they're together or one of them's eating and the other one's watching or whatever. I don't know, maybe Eloise come out of the Botanical Gardens, maybe Sten did and Eloise was grabbing a hot dog.
Yeah, I think maybe Louise, it's in one of the few free days, and she's carrying Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire underneath her arms, and listening to her Discman as she sees the people waiting for hot dogs and decides, hey, what the hell, I'm kind of hungry, and she stays in the queue.
Okay.
Nodding slightly at the sound of the music.
I think.
Yep.
Now I was just going to say, I think Sten will have been following her, just in case, and so will be sat on a bench near the hot dog stand, watching the exit from the Botanic Garden.
Okay. Yeah, there's a bunch of bros, for want of a better word, gym junkie guys in sort of loose shorts and singlets, bringing out the guns to each other, and they're talking about getting the hot dogs and stuff. You can talk about them, getting the good stuff before they're pumped up, they're ready to go. Yeah, you just watching them, or are you actually going to get the food there, or?
No, I'm watching her.
Yep.
Wherever she goes, I go.
All
This is my 24-hour check.
It's dedicated. All right.
Creep.
No, he's being a security guard.
Creep.
He's like way too old for her.
Super creep. Also dead.
By about a millennia, yeah. All right.
So, yeah, about our connection, I think I go a lot to Chaos Coffee to get coffee, and you probably have memorized my order by now. Like a good coffee employee. And you probably heard me talk about like, oh my god, I fought this vampire. It was so annoying, and it was like, and you probably found it very strange.
Well, yeah, you're all sort of monster hunters by default in the game, so obviously you probably chatted with Alistair about it, because he
How
kind of
about that?
he kind of lives there.
Yeah. How about she fully believes what Barbara says? So it's not like she was their introduction. She actually wants to be like Barbara. She believes that Barbara is basically Buffy.
Okay.
And that wouldn't be incorrect. I mean, Buffy has always been a crooked.
Well, it's the year 2000, so Buffy's still primetime television at that point.
Yeah, she's a crook.
Yes. Okay. So the sports bros are they're sort of getting their hot dogs, and they're chatting about getting the good stuff with the hot dog vendor. Don't know if there's another name for that. They're kind of flexing and sort of bragging in front of each other. Some of them are looking at Sten. Eloise can hear them say, I could take that guy, if I was half asleep. And the other one's, I could take that guy with one hand behind my back. He's a pussy. Look at him.
There is no question that when they cast an eye at me, I catch it.
Well, you've probably been in, 200 fights of various scaled size, so.
Hey, Stan, think you could take on them?
I'm working.
Wait, we are in the coffee, right?
No, this is the hot dog stand in front of the Botanic Gardens.
Ah.
I didn't think Barbara was there, but she can be there if you like.
No, I'm not. But what? Fine. I'm not here because that's too weird right now.
All right. I just have to hit the pause button, and we're going to flashback because I forgot two of you have beginning of session moves. The Divine, if you'd like to roll your, I think it's a weird move.
Yes, Boss from Beyond.
Yep.
And I have Weird 1, so 2d6 plus 1. Oh, thank goodness, that's 10. On 10 plus, my superiors at Monarch Industries, Securities, asked me to do something simple.
All right.
Last time it was stop the
Ritual.
Yep.
So this time it's calm the beast. Which sounds like an election slogan, doesn't it? Alrighty. So
calm the beast. Okay. Yeah, and that's mine's very simple.
Yeah, it's always short and sweet, but that one. Flake, connect the dots. That's Alistair.
I got a 12.
Holy
so
crap.
I get to hold 3. And I'm not there yet, so I'm just going to sit on that 3 hold that I have and piece this all together as it unfolds.
One thing you have noticed recently is there's very few obituaries. I'm probably not pronouncing that correctly. It's like
Oh, that's right.
people are avoiding funerals, which is an odd thing to do. But yeah.
Wait a minute. People aren't dying, or there aren't being memorial services and
Well, there's
funerals?
just far less entries in the paper and the news
Okay.
websites.
All right. I just wanted to clarify what that meant.
It's
Okay.
like 2/3 of them. It's a huge drop. Okay. Two dudes, two sports bros. It's like, yeah, I'm going to take on this guy. All right. And they stalk over towards Stan. Eloise, are you doing anything?
I just look at these mushroom idiots and say,
I mean, they all work out that if you're into that sort of thing, then they're, the neck down, they're all right, but they're obviously got shit for brains.
she just shakes her head and is this forced smile of perceived friendliness. And she kind of looks at Steph and say, wait a minute.
He doesn't seem scared or bothered at all. Yeah.
Also, he's a big, lumpy
He's a big guy.
I mean, I get this feeling, did I see you somewhere? So I try to get read the siege, trying to get a feeling,
read about
what is exactly going on between these people?
Yeah, so we read a bad situation, roll plus sharp.
Okay, my sharp is 1. Oh, poorly. I get a 4.
Sweet. Yeah. This schmuck in the suit, he's going to get it. Okay.
So as they come towards me, I will, of course, stand up and look down on them.
Mm-hmm.
But bearing in mind...
They're like 5'8", 5'10".
Yeah. So, it's only 9 or 10 inches down. So I look down on them and I'm thinking, I have to calm the beast. So I look at them and I say, are you the beasts?
That's a perfect thing to say. All right.
What is their answer?
They're just like, whoa, they they seem like way more annoyed and angry than they should be. Because instead of starting a fight where they've got a sense of fun because they think they're going to win, there's no fun at all. They seem completely aggro. One of them's coming at you from
They sound like they're beasts then. So I will manipulate them and say, please, walk away. So I've just had a flashback. I played a mask game on Tuesday where I was trying to convince a bad guy to walk away. So walk away. My charm is -1. I will roll the dice.
I think this would be a cool or a tough, though, because this isn't really charm, and then on the wavelengths, it's going to get charm at the minute.
It's just I haven't taken that move that allows me to frighten people into doing what I say. I don't have an option on charm.
Right.
So manipulate someone. So that is that's 5 - 1 is 4. So
they don't seem to be tuned into that wavelength. Yeah. All right. So they're both coming at you. You can do roll act under pressure because they're both trying to punch you.
Okay, so that is 10 + 1 is 11. So I do what I set out to do, which is to disable both of them.
Okay.
Do you want me to roll to kick some ass as well?
If you want to hurt them. But
well, no, I would prefer just to one of them swings at me and I just take the fist in my hand and twist it. And the other one seeks to headbutt me and I just hold his face here and lift him off the ground.
Eloise,
and then kind of put them a little bit further away and let them go.
Hey, what the hell are you doing?
Simply defending myself, young woman.
Clearly, you were never in any danger if you can do that. These are just some dude bros from the local university. Just let them go.
I've
Don't
just
you
let
have
them
better
go.
to do?
And
Well,
now,
clearly.
now I'm getting slightly worried because it feels like my cover's being blown in terms of surveillance. And I say, excuse me, I have to leave now. Turn on my heel and walk away.
Hey, did not you want some hot dogs?
I wasn't queuing.
Okay, so they just turn around and one of them's going, "Oh, I can't believe you treat us like that. There's no way you can do that." So one of them's running after Sten and the other one's charging towards Eloise.
Oh, well, a chap does what he can. So I just punch the one that's coming at me.
All right, that's kick some ass.
That's +2. Oh, that's only 8. Sorry, it's only 8. No, it's not. It's 9, but it doesn't matter. So on 7+, I thump them, and try to put him down. Really. However, he gets to hit me.
Yeah, so it's just one harm from a punch.
Oh, I had one
sorry.
harm from last week.
Oh yeah,
Just realized.
it's been 2 weeks, so that's gone.
Okay, fine. So I'm
and
still
sorry,
at 1 harm.
no, you get 2 harm because he's actually got claws. He's kind of grabbing you and raking with his claws.
Oh, bugger, it is a beast.
Yeah, seems quite strong. But rational thought isn't home. The look in this guy's eyes, he's quite off the charts.
Oh, yeah. So that was just an ordinary punch. I'm not smiting him yet.
Yeah. Eloise, one is charging towards you. He's like, "You shut up! I'll show you how strong I am!" And he's running at you.
What are those some goddamn claws? And I tried to help out, so I tried to, as Stan is punching the other guy, I ran towards the other guy and I dropped my bag of books right underneath.
Oh, you're trying to trip him up with you.
Yeah, exactly. So that as he's getting punched, he just has a bag on the back and he just takes back. So because of the power of the heart, it counts as a 10. So they get +1 to their roll.
Okay. So he's sort of...
That would have made it 10 if that was a help me put him down.
Yep. Yeah, so I thought it was afterwards, because she would have had to run around the one going towards her, but the one fighting you, Stan, has turned around. So she's gained the aggro now, but you can just knock him out if you want to.
Well, that's what I would have done. I'd have inflicted terrible harm.
All right.
Just to put him down.
All right, so you knocked him out. There's still the one that was going for Eloise. He's coming for you. So, what are you doing to my friend? He's like, "What are you doing to my friend? You can't treat me like that. No one gets, insert college name here, Delta like that."
They don't have a football team called the Beasts, do they?
No.
The Denver Beasts, that must exist. Then this one I will smite.
Okay.
So my body and divine weapon always count as a weakness against monsters you fight. Unarmed attacks are 2 harm, intimate, hand, messy.
All right, well, he's just charging at Eloise, so I'm just going to say you do it. I'm not even going to get you a roll. They're way outclassed.
But tell me about these claws.
Yeah, they stick out about, I don't know, a centimeter. And they're going shut. Their hands are slightly bigger, and their face is bloodshot, and they're just filled with rage.
So Eloise takes her sketchbook out from the bag that has been tripped over, unbands a dog here with a sigh, and she starts sketching the claws as she investigates a mystery.
Okay. All right. I'll pause there. Meanwhile, at the coffee shop, Barbara and Alistair.
Yeah, what hour of the day it is?
We'll say it's 3 in the afternoon, and it's October, autumn, or fall. So yeah,
So need coffee.
it's overcast. 3 p.m. You hit that energy low in the afternoon, and yeah, you're based in the coffee shop. Yeah.
So I think we come in, we see Alistair up at the counter ordering a large red eye because it's still early in the day. As far as I think Alistair is more nocturnal than diurnal.
So this is your breakfast.
Probably been up for a while, but you gotta get that caffeine load going.
Sleep is for the weak.
And he's like, "Oh, Eloise is off today," to whoever's working
Yeah.
the counter.
That's it.
I
Yeah,
think
she said something about going to gardens. I'm not sure.
I think I'll push in through the line and stand right next to him and be like, "Hey, how are you doing?" He was saving me the spot.
Oh yeah, I've got her drink. What do you want, Barbara?
You know, strong black coffee. Usual.
Oh,
Where's
get her a
the
red
girl
eye.
usually gets it right?
Yeah, she's her day off. All right, at the corner of your eye, you see something flicker, sort of bright orange, something flicker past the window. It's moving towards Barbara's car, which I believe we decided was a Nissan GTR.
I was going to say I'm with my bike today, but sure, a car is fine. I look at my car. I assume they are glass windows and everything on this place.
It's kind of something sort of man-shaped, well, humanoid shape, 2 arms, 2 legs, but made of fire and sort of flickering. Just goes towards your car.
I run.
Alistair, are you doing anything?
I cap my coffee and trudge after her, going, "Oh my God, it started again. I knew it was inevitable. It was gonna happen. Be careful, Barbara. Guy looks like he's on fire." And then I'm go out the door with the bell ringing.
Okay.
I'll take one of my revolvers, aim it at whatever it is, and be like, "Hey!"
If you miss, you're going to shoot your car, I'll point out.
I'm not shooting yet.
Okay. As you look at it, it's not someone on fire. It's semi-transparent. It's some sort of spirit or elemental creature or something. Vaguely human-shaped, but definitely not human. Either that or someone's whipped out some super special effects.
What the fuck you're doing to my car?
Yeah, it turns towards you. No, turns back and goes. Yeah, appears to be attacking the car.
I'd like to read a bad situation, please.
Okay.
What does it do to my car?
I mean, technically the car's threatened, not you, but yeah. Anyway.
Let's see. That is 6.
The car is a part of me. I'm his friend, so.
So I got an 8. So I get to hold 1. And I am going to ask. These questions don't quite. I'm just going to go ahead and. Are there any dangers we haven't noticed in addition to fire guy? Person thing?
Well, if it gets close to the petrol tank, it could go badly. It could escalate to the immediate danger sort of thing. But yeah, that's
so
about
it's like the finish of the car bubbling up from heat and stuff, and the paint's coming off. And
Yep.
What? Why didn't you ask? What's the best way to protect the victim? My car.
That's just a physical possession.
I'll go and kick him, the guy off my car, and once he's away from it, I'll shoot him.
whoa, you sure you want? Oh my God, you don't even have
He's touching my
sunblock on.
car.
Okay. All right. So what were you doing, Barbara?
I want to kick that thing off my car.
How? What are you actually doing?
Kick it with my foot.
That comes under kick some ass, I guess.
I assume so. That would be 2d6 plus tough. Oh, I suck at that, but he's annoying me, so I don't care. Where's the dice? I lost it. One moment.
Oh, you got physical ones. You can roll them. That's fine.
I have, but they're not next to me. There they are. I think that's a 7, right? How's my tough? Yeah, 7.
All right. So you both harm it. So you're just using your fists, or
I'm kicking with my
oh,
foot.
you're kicking? Yep.
I want to kick its head. I'm gonna kick it in the chest, like go like pow on its chest, and drop it to the floor.
Okay. That doesn't happen because your foot goes through it,
The fuck?
and it kind of singes your clothes because it's made of fire. Come on, buddy.
So 7 isn't enough to do anything?
Well, you can't actually harm it because you're just using flesh. Basically, it's made of fire.
Ah!
Eloise, do
And-
you want to roll investigate a mystery? Back at the
Eloise?
Botanical Gardens.
Yeah, so I think the obvious question is what sort of creature is it?
I mean, they're definitely humans, but they've been affected by something, either chemical, magical, or something.
Huh. I wonder if something like this. Hey Stan, did you see anything like this? They seem something odd with them. Uh, did they eat the hot dogs?
Yeah, really quickly.
Oh,
But now that you're close to them, there's an odd smell about them, sort of musky. Stan, are
I
you doing
think,
anything?
yeah, I have to consider my past lives or my long life, because have I come across something about this in my 2,000-year history?
This reminds me of Thundercats. Sword of Omens, give me sight beyond sight. Alrighty.
So roll plus weird is +1. Oh, 13. Nailed it. On 10 plus, a past life has something useful to offer. Ask the keeper 2 of the questions below. Okay. What important secret can a past life show me the way? No, sorry, hang on. No, that's stupid. Yeah. What did a past life discover about creatures like this or people like this influenced by?
What did a past life? In the 1600s, when you were dealing with that werewolf coven, when they were hybrid form or wolf form, they had the same smell. But these guys aren't
Wolf.
hybrid form; they're just slightly wolfy.
Okay. And my second question, what does my past life advise me to do now? What does my long experience suggest would be the logical next step to take, bearing in mind that I am supposed to calm the beast?
Well, I mean, you can knock them out because they are mortal animal, mammals, whatever. And then you could go to where wolves are or chat to werewolves. They are, there are times when you can communicate with these beasts rather than they're just berserk all the time, I guess. What it boils down
Okay.
to.
Then I look at Eloise and say, I can carry this one. You take his feet. And I carry them to my car.
Always kidnapping people, this lot.
Elvis looks around and is like, well, I guess this is happening. Nobody is stopping us. And
As soon as they started fighting, most people just ran away. A few people got out their Nokia 3510s and started snapping photos.
I wonder how I look in a photograph, whether it's my seeming human form or the full berserk.
That's up to you.
Especially those photos on those cell phones.
Oh,
Wow.
there'd be about 2 or 3 megapixel at that time, but all right. Back to the car inferno. All right.
Car inferno.
This thing's attacking the windshield. It obviously doesn't know much about cars because it's attacking the useless bits. But
Yeah, I look at Alistair and I ask, "Did you know if I shoot it, will it explode because it's on fire?"
Well, I can look through. I start reaching into my coat to pull out my book. I'm like, I can check and see if I've got anything that, or I can do this, and I'm gonna just whip my coffee at it to try to distract it
I guess that's
and see what
under
liquid
pressure.
does to it.
I'm guessing it's act under pressure.
It is because I'm pressuring him to do it.
Barbara doesn't have a little fire hydrant or can of fly spray in the boot.
So that would be a 5 because I have a -1 cool because Alistair is so far from cool.
Sweet. I mean, too bad.
I probably have a bottle of water next to the driver's seat, but that's inside.
So that's on.
I'm shouting, you should have brought your coffee out with you. We can douse it.
That's the
Oh, yeah,
reason
what happens when it does is it?
it's attacking the passenger side, so you can run around and grab it if you want.
Just
I'll
drive
grab a bottle
off.
of water and fire, and I'll put my finger at the edge to spray it efficiently.
All right. So the coffee does sort of splash it, but some flames do leap towards you, so you take 1 harm from singeing. The water
Oh, and
would actually hurt.
did I get harmed from before by kicking it?
Yes, you got 1 harm from them too.
1. Okay.
So Alistair shouts, I know what to do. Run away. And Alistair starts running.
Oh, what happened from the water?
All right. So how big a thing of water was it? Is this like for the
the
radiator or
half-
just a drinking bottle?
No, a half-liter drinking bottle, and I sprayed it.
Yeah.
Like the small bottles.
All right.
That one do.
It sort of speeds up quickly and then slows down quite a bit and stops moving.
Well, if Alistair sees that happen, he stops and he charges into the coffee shop and he runs over and grabs the big container where they let people fill up their own water glasses if they're having water in between, and comes running out and just chucks all the water, tossing the lid off as he's running, and chucks all the water onto the thing.
Is that go aggro with water?
Yes.
Okay.
Screaming, ah!
That's cool. I don't want to ruin that. So you don't have to roll. That's fine. You can you spray enough water on it, and it just sort of dissipates. And
you see why I hate walking with the magical shit?
all right.
That's what happens.
That's why you don't buy nice things. They get messed up when you deal with this stuff.
But I like nice things.
You should leave your nice things at home where you don't interact with this stuff. That's what I do. That's why I have that storage locker. Then I look around to see if anyone heard me say that.
It's my car. I drive places with it.
Buses aren't that bad. I
have to fix it.
Great.
God damn it. What is this fire thing anyway? What does it want from us? What does it want from me?
So I think I'll use one of my hold to identify what that is, pulling out my little notebook and flipping through it.
In the meantime, I pet my car.
It was a fire spirit. It's summoned from the Never Never. It's an elemental basic fire creature. They're not very intelligent. They can guard and they can attack basically.
All right. And so I'm like, okay, someone summoned this fire spirit. And I'm looking around to see if I see anyone around that looks like they were watching this that doesn't just look like a bystander who's going, "What the heck?" Like someone who.
There's no one specifically watching like the car or Barbara. A few people watching you, they seem to think, "Oh, hey, nice work,
Well,
good thinking, man, good."
Alistair being Alistair will probably go up in a costume and go, "Was it you?" Grab him by the lapels or whatever. Did you summon that? Are you trying to kill us?
What no, man. You do notice there's a lot of flies around, which is weird for an autumn day in October.
God damn it! Who would summon a demon just to hurt my car?
Investigate a mystery. So gonna look at those flies, go through my book.
Is there anything to investigate though?
It's like Penny from Inspector Gadget. He's always got the book out.
What have we done last week?
Now, are Sten and Eloise driving somewhere?
I think that being, albeit a long dead Norse warrior, the honor in me requires me to take her where she needs to go, even because she helped me get them in the car.
Yeah, there are still a lot of sports pros around the hot dog stand, so it may not be the best place to hang around, but it's up to her.
I'm fine. I have my motorcycle. Do whatever you are going to do. Just please don't go around picking fights with random people.
It served me well through my professional career, and I'm going to drive to what passes for home for Sten, which is a lock-up garage with a set of suits, a cot bed, and space for the car to be parked.
Okay. All right, you drive there, and what do you do when you get there?
I'll hang them by chains from the ceiling.
I'm glad we're the good guys.
So they have a chance to, inverted commas, calm down. And then I become conscious that I have not, I've not been keeping an eye on Alistair. And in fact, now I think about it, I've let a suspicious individual loose. And it's possible this was all a distraction to separate me from Alistair so that Eloise could finally strike. So with that in mind, leave them hanging in the garage, pull down the roller rocket, and speed to Chaos Coffee, because that is where he is likely to be.
And you haven't rolled a 6- yet, have you?
Yes, I did, for my effort to manipulate them.
Oh, sweet. All right. 2 bros in. Yeah, shed, I would say. Okay. So where is Eloise going after she assisted putting the sports pros in the car?
Yeah, she realized that she got delayed and she's a bit late for her shift. So she's driving her motorcycle the fastest that she can to get to Chaos
What sort of
Coffee.
motorbike is it?
I will say it's an older Kawasaki, more for cross country than actually for a urban.
Oh, it's like a trail bike, like a 250 or something?
Yeah, more like a 250. Yeah, I think at that time a 250 can be still gotten reasonably easily. And it's like, clearly the bike has some history, and it's not clear how it ended up in the hands of Eloise.
Okay, so you rock up to work. Barbara, your favourite customers, Barbara and Alistair, are there. There appears to be some sort of commotion. A lot of people sort of standing outside.
Alistair's accosting bystanders, shouting, "Did you summon it? Did you?
Did you? That, man. You need to change bent. Try a latte or something. Try decaf." And people everything goes quiet. People are like, what the hell are you talking about?
I shout, decaf is a conspiracy to keep the masses down.
There is something he said. Finally, I agree with him. Anyway, Alistair, stop accosting people. We need to find out.
Someone summoned that thing. And
Well,
look at your
yeah.
car; it's a wreck.
That's a fire
You're gonna
demon.
have to have that.
wins.
Got to replace the windscreen and repaint the
I
passenger
know.
side.
I don't need to be told. I know. Don't
Yeah.
remind me.
I bet your insurance company's gonna love hearing what happened.
Yeah, a fire demon attacked my car.
You know, if you want me to talk to him to confirm your story, I'll do that because I saw everything.
I just kind of look at him, roll my eyes like the biggest roll you've ever seen ever. It's fine, I know a guy. Anyway.
Oh, I see Eloise come up on her motorcycle. Oh, it's my favorite barista ever.
Who?
I like it's Eloise. You got to spend more time here.
Oh, yeah,
I
that-
think
the
you'd be a
regular girl.
happier person if you had more coffee. Barbara.
I don't think that's humanly possible, but I know her. She's the regular girl. Hi.
Yes.
So as Eloise is parking her motorcycle in the back, and she enters through the to the employer's door to change to her uniform,
Yep.
she hoops and stumbles into something important.
Hmm. So it's like a physical object, or is it you over here?
So you will find something important and useful, although not necessarily related to your immediate problems. It's not seen to have to be a physical object. Just needs to be important and useful.
Hmm. That's a good question. Okay, it's a map of Denver with all 8. It's a bit late for the fire extinguisher. It's a map of Denver with all 18 cemeteries on it, and 2 of them are marked with like a blue circle.
So Eloise grabs it, and she for a moment thinks to put it on the trash. She realizes, well, this might be something important. So she goes outside of the kiosk coffee, and she weighs that map. It seems someone dropped some sort of map or something. Is anyone missing this?
Oh, oh, my bad. Oh God, you're a
Of course, it
lifesaver.
has to be. Of course, it had to be you, Alistair. Here, stop leaving your crap around. Seriously, my boss will kill me if he keeps finding more of your stuff.
You know how it is, and like you see when I tuck in my book back into my pocket that it's got all sorts of other loose pieces of paper. I'm like, stuff is, it was crazy. Did you see that when you were coming here? That fire thing out on the street. It was. Look at Barbara's car. What it did to it.
Oh, is that Barbara's car? For some reason, I thought
Yeah.
she will drive something better.
What? Did you see the car? Did you even see the picture?
Well,
Or was the
I
picture-
mean, it's obvious Barbara's cursed now. I mean, makes sense. She pissed someone off and they've cursed her, but we'll get to the bottom of it.
What? Curse someone? Is that real? I
Oh,
thought that
it's
was
all real.
something.
Oh God, that is so shush. I'm not cursed. We have enemies, obviously. Who would be an enemy that can summon fire demons, though?
I don't know, Eloise, you got any ideas on who'd summon a fire demon?
Wait, are you being for real? You know,
100%. This is all real.
one thing is monsters, another thing is wizards. That's some Harry Potter bullshit.
Is Harry
Oh,
Potter
you want
a
to see
thing?
some Harry Potter bullshit? And I'm going to just start counting down, waiting for Sten to come walking in.
Oh God, yeah. He starts running
Out
down.
loud.
I'm going to start looking around the car at the burn marks, at the floor where the thing was, and I want to try and investigate the mystery further, if it's at all possible.
Yeah. So roll plus sharp. Now,
And also thinking about who's my enemies. Who's my enemies? Whew. That was close because it's 6, but plus 2, I think. Yeah, so 8.
it can be 6 if you like.
8. Hold 1. So I know what happened there. I know what was it going to do, burn my car. I know what it can do, and I know what hurts it, and I know what it is. So what is being concealed here? Who is being concealed there?
It feels like a test because it wasn't going for you. It's like it was testing your response time or something. It was testing you, seeing what your capabilities are. Sten. Now, Sten, I presume you have some sort of tracer or bug on Alistair so you can find him pretty easily?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so he's at the coffee shop. Are you just going to go there, or?
Absolutely.
Because he has
and
0 tradecraft, so he won't find it.
no, he won't. He'll never find it. It's you know, if he were to leaf through the book, he'd find it taped to a page.
So, yeah, here's what a bug looks like, and it's an active live bug.
Exactly. Yeah. I think probably I will have given it to him as an example to watch out for.
Oh, I love that. It's totally it's in the on the inside cover, taped on with clear packaging tape so it doesn't slip out. And I just go 0, and then Stem walks in. I'm like, see, it's all real.
Yeah, look out for this! Exclamation mark! Exclamation mark! All right.
And I suppose my first reaction is, oh shit, that Eloise is here. That's a risk.
Get you something to drink, Sten?
Yes, decaffeinated coffee.
What?
Oh, so your name is Stan. Sure.
Oh,
One
damn,
decaffeinated coffee to go. Stan.
No, I need to talk to Alistair.
You guys are
Sure, it's a
messing
free
with.
country.
Oh, and I realized I threw my coffee out. I'm like, can I get a large red eye, please?
Large red eye coming out.
You guys are dealing with the wrong shit. Someone tried to burn my car.
Okay, 2 red eyes coming out. One's on the house.
There's an ad for Gladiator coming out in cinemas. Some big, muscly Aussie guy. I don't know. Hasn't done a lot before this, but yeah.
Meh, we have Stan. My car was burned by a demon.
Yeah,
Actually,
I didn't understand, but
Everyone's talking at the same time.
summoning?
And Alistair turns. He's like, actually, it was a fire spirit that was summoned by someone, not a demon. And I flip through to my book and read an excerpt that verifies indeed it's a fire spirit.
Fire spirit, whatever. 10-year-old, what do you know?
This is a concern. I have just apprehended 2 people on the edge of becoming werewolves.
Ugh, that's gross.
She helped
Wait,
me.
werewolves?
You help them?
She helped me detain them.
Impressive.
Those
A fire
guys were
spirit
werewolves?
and werewolves.
Where are they?
A fire spirit and werewolves, and a fortnight ago, Fae. This is all very complicated.
Okay. One of you gets a phone call from a friend at the morgue. Who wants a friend at the morgue?
Oh God, it's probably Alistair. I mean, of course he knows someone at the morgue, and it's probably just, like one of the people actually goes out and picks up the bodies and brings them back. Doesn't really do much else.
Okay. So it's like someone you went to college with, or cousin or something.
No, it's just someone I've met them by I go out and cultivate contacts. And so I just kind of figured out where they hung out and struck up a conversation, bought them a few beers, and we have just a casual acquaintanceship now.
So they call.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, so they give you a call.
Okay.
We'll say name's Jack. Are you talking to him? Are you going to put him on speaker, or are you standing in the coffee shop? Are you going to move away a bit?
Well, I'll put Jack on speakerphone right up there. We're up at where Eloise is still making the drinks because she has to pull the espresso shots for the red eyes.
Yep.
Because this whole discussion, we're just talking very openly about this right in front of Eloise, and I'm like,
as we
hey,
said before,
Jack.
no tradecraft training.
Yep.
Okay. And he's like, oh, Alistair, you got to come down and have a look at this. There's some weird stuff on these bodies that have been coming in. You'll love it. Come down and have a look as soon as you can.
Awesome. I owe you a couple beers for that. If we're there like within half an hour, would that work?
Yeah, that's good.
Awesome. Thanks, Jack. You're the best.
I'm gonna
45 minutes. 45 minutes.
45 minutes, Jack.
But was that your dad or something? That guy sounded old. Who are you hanging around now?
You know me.
Here's
I've
your
got
dream.
friends everywhere.
Hey, you know that my boss does not want you to act like the coffee shop is your office. Put that thing in normal.
Actually, there's quite a few all sorts here. It's not too bad.
I take it off a speakerphone and put up there. Okay, 45 minutes or so. We'll be over there. Thanks,
worries.
Jack.
I'm going to take some photos, put it up on my tripod website.
Ah, sweet.
All right, so you did that.
So why 45 minutes? And I'm not joining you guys. I have to fix my car. So.
I need to take a detour.
Oh, me too. Where are you going?
My lockup garage.
Just text me. I have work to do.
Sure.
Yeah, you're part of the club now, Eloise.
Poor
You're
you.
in
Yeah, you
weird
still have
good
to
now.
pay for your coffee.
Yeah, it's welcome to Hogwarts.
Yeah,
I put a
yeah.
$20 bill down and be like, there, paid.
Yeah, now go on. You don't want the dead to stay waiting.
Well, as a MC to player, I can easily have you not have to work if you want to sort of hang around them for a bit, and I can say the manager can just say, look, Tracy's cousin wants to have a go, so if you want to have the night off, go for it. She'll take your shift and learn the ropes because Tracy's going to go on holiday soon.
Okay, then Daniel Luis is going to go to the morgue too.
Yep, no worries.
By car or motorcycle?
Motorcycle, of course.
Having an outrider doesn't draw unnecessary attention at all, but c'est la vie.
Well, chatting loudly at a coffee shop probably doesn't help either. But all right, so you're sorry. So is Barbara not going to the morgue?
Not yet, anyway. I'm first going to take my car to get fixed. Maybe then I'll go grab my bike and join them, but
so you
not
could
now.
drop it off at a car shop, meet them there, and just say, they're going to need a day or two to get the windscreen and make it 2 days.
God damn it.
You're on your bike.
Is it drivable?
Yeah, it is.
No,
It's just
because
the
the
color.
windscreen's warped.
So you will need to make a detour to your sketchy body shop guys, then the lockup garage, then the morgue. Yeah.
First your block place, then the morgue. Then I'll go drop my car, then join you at the morgue.
Okay.
Because I'm leaving my car to get fixed.
Yep. So that's fine. So so 2 of you on bikes, the other 2 in the car. You meet at the morgue. Barbara's car's off for 2 days.
No, we go to the lockup
Lock up
first.
first. Okay.
And I unlock it and
Well,
say to Alistair, what do you make of these?
And you find it's already unlocked. They're not there.
By Thor's hammer.
Whose hammer? Wait, what?
And there's They haven't damaged anything, have they?
What would you have in there that they could damage?
Suits and a
Yeah,
cot.
the suits.
No. They just got the hell out of there. There's
I want to investigate the mystery. I need to know, did they break out? Because how the hell did they get out of those chains?
well, they were pretty strong.
So were the chains.
You were kind of in a
Well-
hurry because you were distracted thinking about Alistair.
So
Well,
I
each-
will.
Yeah, well, you
I
check. I
will-
ask you, did you kidnap people again?
I will roll to investigate mystery.
Okay.
12. So what happened here? Did someone break in and spring them, or did they somehow break loose?
They somehow break loose.
And then I want to examine the chains, and I want to know what sort of creature are they? Because I don't think even a werewolf should be able to break those chains. Unless they go full werewolf.
No, they just sort of wriggled around. It's more a matter of contortionism to get out.
Right. Okay. To the morgue.
They didn't damage anything. What the hell? How wolves were out?
Please don't scream to the morgue ever again. Just say it. That doesn't sound right. People could be listening.
Not in these railway arches where my lockup garage is. To the morgue.
All right. You get to the morgue. Jack's there. For argument's sake, we'll say he looks like Kurt Russell. Not Kirst Russell, Kurt Russell. Type for peanuts. Okay.
Well,
was-
Jack, what do you got for us?
Oh, there's some weird stuff, man. And he's taking photos with his phone. Look at this. See these two bodies? It's like there's been animal attacks. So you got claw marks and bite marks. But the wounds are, some of the wounds are upright as if it's like an uppercut from something walking on hind legs, which, that's not a cougar. And then we got these other ones over here, and yeah, the body's completely dismembered. Something way more stronger has just ripped them to bits. If anyone hasn't seen this much carnage before, now you may. Yeah, we should do throw up or rob, however you want to deal with that.
Seen it. Done it.
Seen lots of photos of it. Haven't seen it in real life. The smell might be kind of tough
Yeah,
for
particularly
Alistair to handle.
the latter ones.
He turns and looks at Sten and goes, "So does that look like something that your boyos out at the botanical gardens might have been able to do? How big were their claws?"
Kind of.
Yeah, not even that long. But the first lot, yes, that could have been them, but not the second lot. No way. They weren't that strong and weren't that sharp.
No, but are these dismembered with weapons or torn apart or chewed apart?
A little bit torn apart, a little bit chewed apart. The second lot of bodies. The first lot, it's just something with sharp nails.
So
but it's
Eloise,
not another arm of Monarch Securities then?
So it's what? Sorry.
It's not another arm of Monarch Securities that have done this then, because that would be weapon damage.
No, there's no weapons involved.
so Eloise wants to pull out her sketchbook and compare the ones, but the problem is that she's pretty shaken, so probably she needs to act under pressure to do it.
Okay.
Quite close, 7.
Okay. A worse outcome. I'm not trying to do a worse outcome for this because you're just looking at. There's no threat to you or anything. What else is there? Hard choice. A price to pay. So Eloise hasn't seen a lot of.
No, I mean, the closest that she get was a biology class. That's it.
Okay, I tell you what. You can know. Throw up one arm. Jesus, that's some gut wrenching. Okay, Eloise can know that the first lot. Yeah, pretty sure those guys at Botanical Gardens did that. It looks fairly similar. You're pretty confident about that. The second lot, you can know what caused it because you've seen it before, but there'll be a narrative cost for that later.
Okay, I'm gonna take that cost.
Okay. You saw a body like this in a park, one of the parks about 2 weeks ago. Same sort of thing, just torn to shreds. Yeah.
Does Eloise remark out loud about having seen that body a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, she turns to Jack and she says, "Jack, you were here around 2 weeks ago when another body came from the park. Do you happen to have the records and photos from that case?"
Now, you guys heard about it, but you didn't investigate it. You went to the other park that the squirrels are running away from, and there's a fey ritual and stuff.
So, and Alistair's going to pull out that map that Eloise picked up at the coffee shop and he grabbed off of her. And I'm going to lay it out on an empty examination table. So I got that. I've got my book out. I'm going to spend one of my hold for connect the dots. And I'm going to be like, so Eloise, what park did you see that? Jack, where did you get these bodies from? I'm going to look at what's on the map that's been circled and going through my book, trying to put everything together. So, and the question is, when and where will the next critical event occur? So I'm like putting time annotations of when bodies were found and all of that stuff, trying to piece it all together to predict what's next.
Okay. Do you need to do a roll for that, or is it just spending it? No, you've already rolled, haven't you? This is you spending the hold. So, yep. Yeah, there's sort of 3 so far. They're coming from the east, headed towards the area that Alistair's home crate thing is at.
So they're essentially like it's a vector that's coming towards my storage unit.
Yep.
So I got those dots out and then I grab one of the rulers they use to measure things that they pull out of the body and I lay that on there. And that line just goes right across. I'm like, my storage unit's right there. Obviously, they're coming for me.
What do you even have in your storage unit? More dead bodies?
You should come check it out. It is super cool. Super cool.
He didn't say no.
Yeah, I noticed.
Barbara, are you doing anything? Or
I just came in and so what did I miss? Oh my god, what is this smell? Oh. And I go outside to puke.
It is the smell of victory.
just not
Who's
for the
victory?
Not the people lying here. No. Alrighty. Now, do people need a bio break? Are you good?
I'd quite like a 5-minute, if that's okay.
Yeah, 5 minutes would be great. I can make another cuppa.
All right, 5 it is.
Be right back.
Okay. All right, so what's his face? Barbara went outside to puke. Can't hear you, Arrows.
Yeah, I thought I'm out. So.
Yep. Now I can hear. All right. So Barbara went outside to puke.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. There's a guy sort of slowly walks up.
Does he look anything weird or burning or freezing?
A bit of both. Kind of head to toe in red armor. There's sort of flames flickering around him. So
Shit.
I can offer you Barbara. I can offer you an opportunity. Great magical power could be yours. Are you interested?
I lift my fingers for a second,
Mhm.
puke my heart out because I did go out to puke, and I get up, wipe it out, and like, what?
I sense great potential in you. I can give you something that would, make you more powerful if you're interested.
Wait, aren't you the guy that keeps killing people around the city?
A lot of people claim things that I do, but I'm just here to offer you an opportunity. All you
Are
have
you
to
the
do
fake
is,
king?
I'm the Summer King, yes. I'm glad you have heard of me.
Yeah, I've seen the walk. I think there's some of your work here, actually, that the others are looking. What do you want to offer me?
I can offer you a coin, and he shows you a big silver coin. It looks really old. And he says, if all you have to do is set fire to something every day and have the coin with you, and you can be better, you can be more.
I don't have any words in me to describe what I'm feeling.
That's right. Now, as MC the player, you don't have to. It's completely up to you to do what you want to do.
Yeah,
If you
of course.
do it, basically means you take a monstrous move from the monstrous playbook, and you can use it as long as you're setting fire to something every day.
Do I look to you like a pyromaniac? I like things. I don't burn them.
Oh well, that's what he does. He tries to tempt people. So okay.
Did
Alright.
he walk up to me, by the way, or did he
Yeah.
just appear in front of me?
No, he slowly walked up to you. There was definitely.
So I take out my pistol, aim
Mhm.
at him, and now you're joining me. And aim it at him and be like, and now please walk with me. Thank you. As I
Are
aim
you
the
trying
gun.
to manipulate someone?
Yeah, with a
Alright.
gun.
Go for it.
Let's see. Do I have any moves? I do not have any moves that have anything to do with it. What's manipulate? Charm. Oh, I'm actually okay with charm. +1.
Isn't that the best way, Kev?
9 or 8. I guess that's matter. 8.
8. So that would do it. So no, you think about my offer. I'll be in touch. And he starts to walk away. Shoot him if you like.
I shoot him in the leg.
Oh, bullet goes through him. Keeps walking.
Shit. I run back in.
I was going to say, do Sten's carefully attuned warrior ears pick up the sound of gunfire?
Yes, now it would.
Then, as all good Einherjar should, he runs towards the sound of the guns.
All right.
Does he get there before this person has turned a corner?
Nah.
I
Okay.
hit you on the way. We probably pow, and I fly back.
Yeah, and he's ducked around a corner.
I think probably once I see that that it's Barbara running towards me down the morgue corridor with a gun, which again my finely tuned Einherjar nose will instantly identify as having just fired. I will stop her and say, "What's happening?"
Stupid Summer King, he just came to me. It's just, I shot him. Nothing happened.
Run past her into the alleyway, and their discovery's already gone. Okay.
Yep.
Fuck,
Okay.
fuck.
All right. So you've looked at the bodies in the morgue. What are y'all doing now?
Well, Alistair walks out in the hallway and says, "Did I hear Summer King?" And I'm like, I'm got the map. I'm like, is the morgue along this line?
No.
Okay. So it's
Well-
outside of that pattern.
Yes.
I suggest cut to Alistair's lockup.
Yep.
Storage unit.
With
I just say
Alistair
fuck through the entire way.
Alistair's rolling up the door and looks at Eloise and prepare to be amazed.
So you're
All the information's here.
Okay. I presume you
And
used some
it's-
of the money from last time to repair the electronics that got damaged.
I just bought more secondhand
Yep.
Stuff out of pawn shops or whatever. So yeah.
Speaking
Oh, cool.
of porn, there's a lot of prostitutes in that area at night because it's really dark by the time you get there.
Which area?
Your area.
Oh, I probably know them. Hey Gloria. Hey Bobby.
Yep, they've got the fishnet singlets and stockings and not wearing a lot else. Yeah, normally there's sort of 2 or 3, but there's about 10 all kind of wandering around watching everybody else.
Any other unusual activity? I just turn around the group. I'm like, so the girls usually work the area, but this is way more than usual.
Well, they're all looking at you lot.
Fuck.
We go in and I turn on the light and pull the door down.
So you are.
We'll deal with that later.
So you are Barbara's sidekick or something?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat
I
that,
didn't get-
Ludo?
Yeah, you are Barbara's sidekick, right? You are her oracle.
Me?
Yeah,
I
look
don't
at all
know.
this stuff. You'll gather information and then she goes in and is the hero.
Well, she's much better with a gun than I am. So if running around with a gun makes you a hero, Barbara is the hero. If you need someone to do something with fists, sharp or blunt objects, I turn and look at Sten. That's your man.
All right.
So what do you what? Because I think actually Sten is beginning to realise that Alistair might be worth protecting. Because in this kind of idiot savant persona, he is beginning to identify patterns in events. So I think Sten will say to Alistair, "Tell us what you think."
And I think Alistair telling people what he thinks involves him opening lots of drawers and pulling stuff out and running string along maps and see me putting the map that from the coffee shop up and lining that up with all the other stuff I've identified. And I'm going to spend my last hold to see how this mystery connects to the bigger picture.
Okay.
Oh, Blake, I'm spending that hold.
Yep. So is there like a question you state, or is
Yeah.
it?
How does this mystery we're in
Okay.
connect
So how does it all connect
to the bigger picture?
Okay.
So kind of what's the overarching meta plot that's going on here and how it locks together?
Well, how much did what happened to Barbara did she relay to the others?
Not on the way because we're driving in different cars this time because I don't have a car. But when we get there, I would probably start like Murky offered me like some stupid coin with powers or something, and it said I have to burn things in order to have powers. What the fuck?
All right, and you realise the flames around the guy that offered you the coin were very similar to the flames of the thing that attacked your car. And yes, Alistair would work out that you think that thing was summoned by the Summon King to test her. So it's the same guy behind, the fire spirit that was behind their Fae 2 weeks ago.
I think almost certainly Sten's ears will have perked up at the mention of a coin, because the world knows that there are certain coins that carry heavy weight, and so he's thinking that has a denarian coin somehow got into circulation, and it's granting people powers. And actually, is the Summer King, or is he a denarian in disguise?
Have you got a move or something for that, or is that investigate a mystery? Or
I think it's probably investigate a mystery.
Yep. Yeah. And why sort of
Can Alistair do an assist on this too, if
Yeah.
needed? Because I've got all my files and stuff.
Yep.
Okay, so roll plus sharp, not Sten's greatest area of expertise.
All right, so Alistair's going to help out first.
Well, to be honest, it really won't matter because I just rolled 3. But so important is this that I will spend a point of luck to boost that to a 10.
Okay.
So on a 10, hold 2. What sort of creature is this? Is this a denarian in disguise?
Yes. And you have a flashback to the, if it's all right with you, 1800s, and when there was a necromancer cult in Boston. And you stopped him from corrupting those bastards even further than normal.
Okay. And the second hold... where did it go? Based on all Alistair's help, the maps, the points where these events happen.
The Summer King still has it because Barbara didn't accept it.
No. Where did the Summer King go? Based on everything we know, what is the most likely center of activity where we might find him?
That would be whenever you guys come across something else supernatural. It seems like he's toying with you guys, testing you. Because by stirring things up, he sees who's worthy candidates for the coin.
So the harsh reality is that there's not really an answer to that question at this point, is there?
No.
I was pushing it. Okay. Then can I ask that question of the 2 frat boy werewolves? Because maybe we could pick a thread up from the end and work our way in rather than trying to go for the middle.
Yep. Trying to see how you would actually link that. Is Eloise doing anything?
I suppose what I'm wondering is, can I identify, was there anything in the way of, sorry, I'm trying to think American now, college logos, fraternity house pins, ...
On the sports
Yeah.
road, dudes.
Yeah, I guess everything else is kind of flying over Eloise's head. But the moment they start talking about college bros and whatnot, that starts to ring a bell to her. And she said, yeah, I know a lot of those people. I'm scouting for universities, and, they always send you a lot of brochures. And she opens her backpack. Let's see if we recognize some of those. So what will that be?
I mean, that's kind of investigative mystery as well. Right, so while you're sort of all discussing this, there's a knock on the door. Well, knock on the roller door.
Busy right now. Come back later.
There's a pause, and then we just wanted a quick chat.
Go away.
All right, fine. We'll talk through the door. Look, we heard you guys have been investigating the killings and stuff. It's, there's bad stuff happening around the town. So, hurry up. It's bad for business. One of them sounds like Bobby.
I roll up the door just like about knee height and kind of crouch down and look out and
It's
go.
Bobby and Gloria and a bunch of the other prostitutes.
All right, I'll roll the door up the rest way and get him because it's not safe out there. And then pull the door back down.
All right. They're like, yeah, look, it's bad for business. We had a good thing going, and then there's all these killings. We're hoping you guys are gonna do whatever you're doing.
And Alistair just turns around, pointing at all the maps and cork boards and stuff, and goes, "It's what we're doing right now." Have you girls been having problems with this, or is it just hurting business?
Yeah, it's hurting business, but we got told to stay away from certain areas.
Whoa, wait, who told you that?
It just came down the chain. We can't say.
Ah, okay, so.
Anyone came saying you're offering you weird shit?
Yeah, and they look at your map with the line and say, yeah, we got told don't go along there.
And anyone came offering you shit? Like a coin?
Ooh.
Barbara's talking about like a weird silver coin, not like coin like you normally get.
I thought they read coins.
Barbara, roll plus charm for manipulating someone.
More than 10. I think 11. Or 10. Yeah, I think 10.
Look, all we've been told about the coin is that if you take it, there's a big risk. And yeah, just be careful.
Yeah, don't touch that coin.
That's what we got told. We've got enough to deal with, and it looks like so have you, but yeah. All right. All right. One of them, Bobby, will pull out, peel off 5 100s and stick it in Alistair's pocket, and you look like you need this more than me. Just keep doing what you're doing.
So you're retaining my services?
To keeping this place safer.
Okay, I didn't realize I could get paid for doing what I did. This is awesome.
One of them mutters something.
I got a new gig. I'm a PI, guys. I'm a PI.
A couple of them chuckle and then they wander off. They're all good looking, fit.
I turn and look at the others and go, well, I don't know. Do we just work this line backwards and see are there any parks or anything along that path that's heading towards us where we could see if we could anticipate the next manifestation?
It's a problem since we can't hurt that thing. At least normal weapons can't.
I pull open that drawer again, and I pull out those water guns that I had last time. Then when we were talking about using holy water, I'm like, I don't know. That water worked great at dispersing it.
But we needed a lot of water.
Now, all right. So Eloise, the sports pros did have some college stuff on. You know where their college is. So if you want to go and stake that out or talk to them, yes, you do know where that is.
Yeah, I guess we should try to, set the perimeter between here and the college, and see if we can intercept their hunting grounds. Oh God, hunting grounds! I cannot believe that I'm thinking like that. It's so exciting.
Yeah, it's so cool. I give you a fist bump.
What's wrong with you people?
Okay.
Sorry, didn't hear that, Iris.
What is wrong with you people? This is not exciting. This guy's murdering people.
Well, I feel bad about the murders, but I mean, you don't get that adrenaline rush when you're like putting things together and figuring things out? I mean, have you seen Sten's face when he's taking care of problems? It's the one time when he actually kind of looks really happy.
Well, but Stan is more the type to cause more murders than to prevent them.
Yeah.
No, he's fine. He doesn't murder people. But look,
My hammer
when I
is just.
sure, whatever. But when I shoot something, I expect it to hit, and when it doesn't, I know that I'm a little behind in the race. Basically, we need more power. That thing is strong.
Alistair pats Sten on the shoulder and goes, "Oh, we got power. We got it."
Buffy, Willow, and what was the mortal, the boy who always folds them around?
Xander, the Zeppo.
Okay. So you're going
We
to
need
the
an
college?
Anya.
Are you? Yep. No.
So yeah, what's the plan then? Are we going to head towards the college campus and try to find these youths?
Oh, I think that'd be perfect.
Sure.
All right. So you head to the campus. It's now 7 at night. So it's fairly cool. It's light snow because Denver. Okay. You see some frat boys sitting on some sitting on some benches. Eloise recognised some of them that were at the hot dog stand earlier that day.
I think it's better if I don't intervene until absolutely necessary.
But you should have
they may
say
remember
exactly
me.
what opposite. They might remember you. That is a bonus.
I thought we were going to try to determine if they. So what is the plan? Are we looking to just knock them out, take the coin, find out what's going on, interrogate them? Is that the plan?
Sounds like we need to find it first. So let's do it one by one. Too much planning it never works.
Who is better of us at reading a siege?
Alistair is probably really good at it because he's got too sharp.
Well, there's no threat at this point. It's just a bunch of college frat guys chatting on a park bench. Well, college bench.
Could somebody get into their room and search it?
We don't know what's their room, though, do we?
No, but if we could somebody get in there and search it?
You just wait
Yeah,
for
easy.
all of them.
Well, the best way to get into the room, although it can be tough, is when they're throwing their kegger, we go to their party. And you can move through the house pretty easily, although they usually control access to private rooms. They usually have everything down on the main floor in the basement.
Yeah.
But
I don't think us three would look like the kind of people that go to those kind of parties, but I can easily get into their room and out and whatever. So.
Yeah, that's right. You got special skills. I keep forgetting about that part of you, Barbara. I'm so used to just seeing the gun pop out of nowhere.
Well, we usually deal with monsters. You need guns for those, usually not
Yeah.
popping in and out
mean,
of place.
The frat guys are just sitting on the bench. You can't talk to them, or just watch them. What are you gonna do?
Are those the guys we're looking for?
Well, some of them look like the ones that Eloise and Sten saw earlier.
So what do you do with the werewolf? Do you shoot the teeth?
I crush its skull.
Yeah, he doesn't shoot things.
So I think Alistair just looks around and it's like, if no one objects, I'm going in. And I start walking over towards the guys.
Hey, little
Sten
dude.
will look.
Did you drop out of biology or math class? What's going on? What are you doing out at night, eh?
Guys, so turn into wolves lately or anything interesting like that?
Whoa. Like the movies that
Oh yeah, American Werewolf in London. Have you seen that?
Oh, there's
Like that.
There's a newer one, Van Helsing with that Aussie dude. Yeah, that was good.
If you say so.
It was weird though, because it's like, was he fighting the vampire? Or were they like dancing? They're like, yeah, that's what I thought, dude.
So you guys seen anything weird? Like monsters running around, stuff like that. There's been a lot of strange things lately, and of course, Alistair looks super strange because he's got his, army shirt on with just a t-shirt underneath, and it's unbuttoned, and his hair is kind of all over, and he's got wild eyes. It's like, and I'm moving my arms around, like there's just been crazy stuff going on, like people talking about monsters popping out and fire demons and. I mean, like, I've heard there's been stuff like that going on around here. Has anything weird like that been happening at your, like, parties or anything? Is it some sort of weird initiation thing you guys are doing?
Nah, man. I mean, we can set that up for you if you got the green, but nah. Don't normally do that stuff. We just, we got our bud, we got our red stripe, we're good to go. We have heard. Nah, you don't want to know. It's
Oh, I do want to know, and I pull out my book and
if you don't mind
get out my pen.
If you don't mind a bit of hard work, there's money digging up people in the cemetery.
Excuse me?
Yeah, there's the guy that comes here. Not tonight. He'll be here. And they look around. Yeah, like tomorrow night. He'll drive us to the cemetery, and we can dig up bodies, and he pays good money.
Oh my god! Yeah, I want a piece of that. I'm definitely in.
Yeah, it's a bit weird. He kind of talks funny, but it's good money. But
who cares how someone talks if they're giving you the green, right?
Did he offer you anything other than green?
No, he just talks funny. He's like, what's that Matrix? Like, going to offer you a generous offer. They all do Agent Smith impressions and shit. They're like, yeah, he talks like that guy.
How is he dressed?
I don't really remember. Well, we did get a kegger after the thing, so yeah, it's a bit of a blur. All right.
Well, awesome. And I'm like gonna hold out my fist for the bro fist bump and like see you guys tomorrow night.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Make some coin.
One of them goes to Jack here while the other one does a fist bump.
Oh, I'll just let them punch me. If they want.
Don't forget, guys, do drugs. Stay out of school.
Does Sten see one of them going to punch him?
No, he's going to dack him. He's going to rip his pants down and run off for a laugh.
Oh, I misunderstood. That's different
reverse,
slang here in the
reverse
U.S.
wedgie.
Okay, D-pants, we'd call it here.
Yeah, D-pants.
Yeah,
but just run off. They're not going to actually touch you or anything.
I heard.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Nah.
Yeah, I thought it was. Okay, nope, whatever. Alistair will be like, "Oh, you college boys, you're crazy."
Yeah. They laugh and do the head button, and off they go.
Ew. That's all I have to say about that. Ew.
I turn to Barbara and go, I feel kind of dirty, but I think we made some progress.
Lift your fucking pants off.
I am speechless.
Alistair sighs and crouches down and pulls his pants back up. so that Barbara appears a little less distressed.
Eloise and Barbara, they go, hey, you should come to the Kegger tomorrow night. Come on, it'll be great. They say, come here about 9.
Oh, what time do we show up for, the job?
That's at 7.
7. All right. Awesome. See you tomorrow night.
All right, so they head off. Okay, PC 2 and 3. Who's that? I'm trying to think. There's a waitress at a different restaurant. Do you think you would know her, Eloise, or should we say Sten knows her?
I think it would be more interesting if Stan knew it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sten, you get a call from Danielle. She's a waitress in the Spears apartment bar and block. It's the restaurant bar which they all drink out of vases, and there's vases along all the walls and stuff. And that restaurant's at the base of an apartment block. So she gives you a call and says, like, if you and your friends aren't busy, come over for a chat. Drinks on the house.
That's an offer no wine harrier can refuse. Get in the car.
She chuckles and, yep, see you soon.
And we pull up at the bar at the base of the apartment block. And Danielle's a waitress. I predict that one day she will manage this enterprise.
Alrighty. All right.
What's up, Danielle?
Yeah, I just heard you guys have been talking to lots of people around town. We just and you notice there's a few people in the restaurant that are just sort of eating or drinking, but they're definitely clearly watching you quite a lot. Is anyone going to order or drink anything, or are you just going to chat?
I thought drinks were on the house and would therefore be provided.
Oh yeah, but you can order a meal while you're here if you like.
Food.
That's probably how I know her.
Yep.
We will eat.
Yeah, it's a full-on restaurant. You can have. What do you think, Eloise? Eloise, what does she have to eat?
I'm gonna have some crispy fries, please.
Okay. And Alistair?
Burger medium rare and a cup of coffee.
Barbara?
Pasta.
Pasta?
Good sauce. Yeah, if you have any.
Yeah, that's pretty good. A lot of the customers are got a healthy appetite because a lot of werewolves come here. It's the chill zone. It's not the pick a fight zone. Don't panic. And Stan, what is Stan ordering?
Steak, rare.
That's quite common. It's a big ass steak. Alrighty. Okay, so you have your meal, and then sort of Danielle comes over. So we heard you guys have been, your team has been talking to people.
Always talking to people. Always. I mean, there's so much information out there. You got to grab the data points and you got to link them together, right, Danielle?
Yeah, that certainly sounds good. She looks at Eloise and sort of peers at you. You the new recruit?
Recruit. I'm just a friend of Alistair. I keep him focused and caffeinated. That's it.
Yeah, some odd things happen around them. I'm sure life will be interesting around Alistair.
Well, let's say that he definitely makes my most boring part-time job ever very interesting.
Thank you.
All right, she looks at Barbara and Sten and says, so someone's been killing people like me and digging up their organs. Is it you guys? And she's staring right at you.
What does she mean, people like her? She means people.
And she closes her eyes for a second, opens them, and you can see she's got wolf pupils.
So the bodies being dug up are werewolves.
Yes. And
So werewolves are people, and Eloise starts writing now, not curse, and she scratches twice underneath.
that's my autobiography. Werewolves are people. Okay, so you don't know,
And-
you didn't know that then?
No, tell me about the organs. What's happening to the bodies? What's being done?
There are 2 cemeteries in town that the werewolves, my kind, use, and the organs are missing. People have been digging them up, taking various organs and just chucking the bodies back. If we had more of my people in town, yeah, there'd be a hell of a lot of trouble raised for this. But this seems to have happened when most of my people are out of town.
I swear on my honor, Danielle, this has nothing to do with us, though it may be part of the same pattern that Alistair has identified.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of assuming that Alistair's already gotten a map out and is now marking big, kind of claws next to certain cemeteries.
Oh yeah, I've moved the candle, the drinks, the salt shake. Actually, I just grabbed the table next to us and dragged it over.
All the drinks are in vases of different sizes.
Yeah.
The food is excellent.
So
Yeah, and so if there's I see him putting sugar cubes. So there's been a murder here and a murder there, and then bringing over a coffee cup. The coffee cup represents the denarian. We don't know where he goes. All this kind of kerfuffle.
So you're saying people are stealing body parts of werewolves. What would you do with those?
You would distill them into some elixir to give others that power.
Ew.
Ew, indeed. But you could make an army like that.
No, man. You think the Summer King wants an army?
Eloise, when you were lifting the bodies into Steve's car, there's definitely a musty sort of wolf-like smell on the people, but it did sort of fade because it was on your hands for a bit and then it sort of did fade away.
Can it be that someone can use, I don't know, extract hoffiness and imbue it to people? Maybe selling it to these sports people, like some kind of lupine steroids?
I'm guessing that Sten is thinking back to how to make a berserker, and is considering, is this a possibility?
Oh yeah, they used to do it with magic, like blessed divine magic, but yeah. But this looks like a much more nefarious version.
Yeah, this is becoming more and more macabre and disgusting as it's going. If this has anything to do with that Summer King, then this really has to stop.
I concur.
Danielle, let us consult a moment.
Yeah, the food's really good.
And do we share with her what Alistair learned at the campus?
I'm cool with that. The more you share knowledge, the more knowledge comes back to you. I'm a big believer in that. You sit on it, you can't grow it.
Yeah, but we might see a bunch of students getting murdered by werewolves, which is something we don't want.
But do you really think she's that unsubtle? I don't see that. I think she just wants to stop this from happening.
Yeah, but
maybe we don't say that guy's coming tomorrow night at 7:00 that we need to go with, but we can say that we've tracked and identified that he seems to be doing something with students on campus. I mean, maybe she can sniff something out, literally.
Eloise, are you doing anything or just enjoying the meal? Or
I mean, she presented these hypotheses, and maybe she wants to get. I don't know exactly what could cover this from the moves. Eh,
well, you noticed there are like when you're at the morgue, you noticed there are two types of attacks. There are obviously two types of creatures or whatever involved. You could ask her about that, or you could just go, hey, it's a free meal.
Can I manipulate her into giving us actual on the field help?
You can certainly try.
Okay. So I approach her. Listen, it seems that you know a lot about the attacks on your people. We literally only got confirmation of that from you right now. It seems that there's so many things going on that I'm afraid that we are probably going to be chasing down others thing and not recognize what it might be related with your kind.
Yeah.
And it seems like we need to be fast, or the lives of your kind might be lost. So maybe you can help us and get a hiff of whoever might have been using our people.
So you want us to like keep an eye out and give you a call as soon as we see something sus, and then you'll deal with it? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, we need your eyes and
Noses.
a nice good scent of scent on the field.
Yeah.
Your tracking skills, you might say.
All right. So roll plus charm.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I only been rolling 6, so that's an 8. I've been rolling exactly 6 the entire session.
All right, we can do that. It certainly helps us. If you're happy to become a regular here, we can keep in touch with each other and share information, look after each other. You seem like you've got potential.
I mean, I can do one better. I'm not going to be working at Chaos Coffee all my life. Maybe, I can start doing some shift or helping around. I'm always in lookout for better opportunities.
Well, we'll keep you in mind, and we'll see how you go with these troubles first.
Yeah, first things first. Let's keep our ears and nose to the ground.
All right. He sort of smirks and all right. Enjoy your meal.
Before we,
Yes,
do you know anything about that Summer King guy? Have you heard?
There was like people doing graffiti and stuff a couple of weeks ago.
Have you been offered coins lately?
I don't know about coins, but the smells around on the tracks near the cemetery, they go to like a Red Court nightclub, which are vampires, right? But it doesn't smell like Red Court. It smells like metal.
That's weird.
And we figure that's why we want to talk to you, because if you're not doing it, you might be next in the firing line. So
I know, quite literally.
does anyone ask about the other attacks, or are you leaving that alone?
Well, Alistair will just he's got the table with the sugar cubes and salt shaker and pepper shaker and all that. It's like, and he's like, so, and you can see here this pattern. And so, and where do your
I'm so glad you didn't do this
people
morgue with
being
like
attacked.
body pieces and stuff. All right.
Didn't occur to me.
And
He's like, and if does what's happened to the members of, I don't know, do you call it a pack, your group, whatever?
Pack.
How does that fit into this?
Nothing to do with that line. A cursed one got out. Stay the hell away from it.
Cursed one got out?
And she stands up and leaves the table, goes to talk to some of the other people in the restaurant.
I write that down in my notebook.
Alrighty.
I have no alternative to find out if that means anything to me. So 2d plus 1 is a 5
This is
all
your
told.
past life thing.
Yeah, and that's a 5 all told. Oh, 5 out of 5. I'm going to choose a move in a bit.
Right. So you you remember the werewolves back in 1600 talking about a cursed one, but they didn't go into detail. So yeah, nothing concrete to deal with.
So it's a werewolf thing is the best we're going to get at this point.
Yeah, well, at least the ones you dealt with in the past have been aware of a cursed one. Yeah. Okay. So you've had your meal. Sorry, I'm still laughing at early werewolf warning system. Just all these werewolves standing on the tops of buildings looking around.
So, do we have anything we want to do before we go ahead to meeting whoever this guy is that does people for body parts? Harvesting?
It is so. Yeah, I mean, I don't think there's anything else to do apart from cut to that, unless anybody's got any alternatives. Any
Unless there
preparation?
is unless there is anything that we can get from the map. Anything important. That does not seem to be the case.
Okay.
Some of us might need some disguising.
Yep. Well, you don't meet the guy till tomorrow day, so anyone with one harm, that'll be gone. If you want to change clothes, weapons, vehicles, whatever, you can do that. Cut to dramatic action scene montage of people gearing up.
I've reached 5 experience, so I've taken Berserk from the Wronged playbook.
Okay, you have to jump up in the air and spin around. Magical girl sequence with your hammer. A berserker. Yeah. Alrighty. Okay.
So the following evening, then.
Okay, we'll just say midday. Barbara gets a call from an old friend or girlfriend that you pick. It's a female.
So friend, yeah.
She's a criminal contact. We'll call her Renee.
Hey Ray, what's up?
I heard you're doing some odd jobs in town, and I'm wondering if you're up for hire.
Always.
Something big and nasty is going through stuff at night, and it's not good for business. So there's a 20 grand reward if you can take it down.
20 grand. Something big and nasty? What do you mean? What's the details?
I don't know exactly. It's very strong and fast.
Very strong and fast.
And she sends you a couple of email links to like news reports.
Do any of them look suspiciously familiar?
Yeah, they match the line that Alistair has that's headed towards Alistair's apartment. Correct.
Yeah, I'd be up for a job.
Well, bring me proof and 20 grand's yours. It's people in our line of work, we've got standards. We want this sorted out. Make the world a better place.
Yeah. Like when you steal something, you don't want something to break it. Yeah, on it. 20 grand.
Have fun.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, so you're going to the meet at the college?
I don't think Sten is going to. That's what I wanted to work out. Is Alistair going to join the group, and then we follow Alistair? And I reassure Alistair, don't worry, we won't lose you.
I know I can count on you, Stan. You've always been, it's incredible. Like whenever things seem to be getting a little dicey, you're there. And I can't tell you how much I appreciate that.
You just
Well-
look after that book, my friend.
Have you ever wondered if it's the other way around, that you get in dicey situations because Stan is around you?
No. I mean, I go into this with eyes wide open. I know I'm a pot stirrer. It's my fault, but that's how you get things to happen. You stir the pot, then you just make sure you've got someone to back you up. And it's people like you that let us help restore some order and take care of big bads.
So certainly Sten will be following Alistair wherever he's going.
So what is Barbara and Eloise doing? Are they going in the I'm happy to dig up a corpse group?
I mean, they're not looking forward for it, but yeah, Louise is going.
I just want to see the guy that comes to offer them stuff. I'll be like a little farther away, sitting somewhere.
Alright, so you can be with Sten. That's fine. We've split the party.
Sure.
Yay! All right. All right. All right. So Sten and Barbara are quietly sort of camped in the bushes. Some Barry White music gently playing in the background. No. Okay. I don't know. It's a good question. Maybe binoculars, thermal vision.
Probably of the cheap kind, but yeah, something cheap.
They're on a park bench under a light. They're
Good
meeting.
point.
They're not trying to be hidden, are they?
No. All right. So they're waiting there. They're chatting. One of them chugs a brew and crushes a can on his head. Lets out a huge burp. The others cheer.
Yep. Alistair cheers. Yay!
I grew up in the 80s, so I saw, Oddballs, Screwballs, Meatballs, Porkies, all of those classy films. This is all hauntingly familiar. Okay, so Eloise and Alistair there.
So what's the deal? Do we get paid up front, or is it based on how much we recover?
Yeah, it's just $100 each. I'm going to try and we'll dig him up. He'll take us there. And then a couple of them sort of invite Eloise to come back to they're going to get a keg tonight and pass around a joint. She wants to try it out. They presume she's never had one.
Nah. She's probably not a Pretty user that did, and it's going through it way too fast.
Yeah, so they're like, oh, you're into the nerdy guys, hey? And they sort of look at Alistair.
I will not say that. I think I'm about nerdiness all around. But I think what I'm really into is interesting people, The nerdy people just happen to like more interesting things.
They're like,
it's just a pattern.
We're interesting. We're awesome. Yeah. All right. And a guy in a suit walks up. Old guy with his hair back in a ponytail.
Have we ever seen this guy around, like at Chaos Coffee or anywhere we frequent?
I'm going to say does he smell of evil? There's no reason any of you guys would have a particularly good sense of smell, so no. He smells of Old Spice, so maybe yes. He's a corporate-looking guy in the suit. Alistair's sure he's seen him before, like in your peripheral vision, just sort of watching the scene. In fact, when Alistair was accosting people in front of Chaos Coffee saying, "Did you summon it? Did you summon it?" Are you sure he was sort of in the distance watching you? He says, "All right, if you want the green, come with me." And he sort of gestures towards his limo parked towards on the street. So 2 of them.
Yeah,
And
I'll climb in next to Eloise. I want to be in between any frat boys and her so they don't do anything dumb.
that would be pretty much everything they do, but yeah. All right.
How
so yeah,
far
2
do
of
we
them.
have to go?
Oh, not too far.
Okay.
All right. So what are Sten and Barbara doing?
I suppose the cat's out of the bag now, because Sten will just flip open the panel on the dashboard of the car and press a button, and there's going to beep, beep, beep,
I
beep.
knew it. Good job. Really glad you did that one. He does need someone following him around. That guy.
And we follow at a discreet distance.
All right. You've been trained in that, so I won't get you to roll. Okay. All right. So yeah, they go to the cemetery. Alistair would sort of join the dots in his mind, and yes, that's one of the cemeteries that the werewolves are buried. And he just sort of waits outside the cemetery, has a look, watches the cemetery for about a minute. So yep, looks all clear. And he's like, that line there and that line over there, just dig up. We want, liver, heart, kidneys, solar plexus.
I just
What
look
do
at
we
me and go,
see?
go ahead,
$100
Stan.
a set. Yep.
What? So they pull up, they get out. We pull up 100 yards away on the other side of the street,
Yep.
and scurry up to where they've gone into the graveyard. I'm interested to know whether anyone stays with the car.
No.
Yeah,
well, no, he probably would. He'd just stand there. So the dude in the suit stands by the car.
So he's
it's
by
cold,
the car.
overcast, but not snowing.
Then I think Sten will grab him round the neck.
All right, you see Sten go to approach. Barbara, are you doing anything?
I put a hand on his back and I'm like, wait a second. No need to rush.
He's the root of this. We need to know how this connects to the Denarian. He may be the Denarian.
He might not. He might just walk for him and have a coin of his own. But you have any more of those things that follow people? What's called?
Yeah, I've got the pocket one here.
Maybe we can put one on his car.
Oh, you mean another bug? Oh no, sorry, I've got a tracker for Alistair. No, I think it would be a bit unfair mechanically for me to just have an inexhaustible supply of bugs. I didn't come here to track him.
So you think we should just punch him in the face?
You could have a spare one.
Yes. I guess we're going the aggressive side again.
Why don't you keep an eye on Alistair and Eloise while I engage this gentleman in conversation?
Your conversations are usually not very wordy.
Well, you engage him in conversation then. Find out.
All right. So
find out who he is and what he's doing here.
I could.
What's his face? Eloise and Alistair get shovels and head into the graveyard, I'm guessing.
Well, as Alistair's walking there with the shovel, he turns around and he's walking backwards like, this would be a lot easier if he just had a backhoe. You know how far down we have to dig? $100 seems kind of like low for the amount of labor we're going through here.
There'll be more if you come
No
back
reaction
with
from
something.
him?
He's like, there'll be more if you come back with something. That's just to get you here.
I walk over to one of the frat boys. I'm like, so how many times have you done this? This seems like a lot of work.
How about they'll ask them, they're like, oh, 8, 9? Yeah.
Holy crap. That's like
You wanna-
almost $1,000.
He pulls it out of a vial and he's like, you want to try something? It's good. He makes good stuff.
Whoa, that's from him? What does it do?
That makes you feel great, man. Makes you awesome. And the dude in the suit sort of
I'll
says, get to work.
take it from him. I'll take it from him
Yep.
and uncap it and pretend to take a drink, but not take a drink.
Right. Okay. Can you believe it, Eloise? He just took a drink. Oh, dear. All right.
What's wrong with you? You have no idea what is in there. Or worse, you know exactly what is in there.
I didn't drink any. I'm weird, but I'm not dumb.
Okay, so what's it?
I'm sorry, could you
All right, the
repeat
dude in the
that,
suit.
Ludo?
So, what's it? What's going on there? Is it the real stuff?
I think so.
What we do now? We did not think after this point.
All right, the
I'm
dude in the
waiting to
suit,
hear Stan and Barbara.
yeah, he's peering towards Stan and Barbara's car. He's sort of looking up and down the street. And Stan, what are you doing?
Told me to go talk to him, but if I could just get in his car without him noticing and try to find stuff, it would be
Oh, I thought
much
you were
easier.
just gonna nick his car.
I could take his car too, but I don't need his car. I could grab stuff from inside if he has anything. What do you think?
Do that.
Well,
I'll do that. You try to drag him a little farther from the car, maybe. Like,
right.
do you want to punch him?
So Stan's gonna distract him, and Barbara's gonna look in his car.
Yeah. So
Excuse me, I am lost.
Help! I'm hurt. Oh dear. Okay.
I
And I'll
say,
play the car.
I am lost.
And he turns to you and says, "I can help you, Stan. We've met before."
Ah,
And his visage shifts to the one you met in 1800 with the necromancer cult, and then to the red armored dude you met in 1600. He says, would you like some help? And he sort of holds up a coin. This could help you a great deal, make you more than what you are.
Sten will take his hammer from inside his suit jacket, hold it to the skies, and transform, and attack the Denarian without any delay.
I kind of think because of the power of the coin, you'd at least have to do like an act under pressure. But I can give you a bonus because
To resist it. Remember, my soul is already with Odin,
yeah.
but I will.
No, that's fair. Well, you're aware of the power coming off the coin because of your background. But in your case, you're having visions of, how much you could do for Odin if you had that coin. But
Okay, no, I've done the pressure. No, I'll go with that. So roll plus cool, which is 1.
mhm,
That's 13. Odin is strong in me.
no problems. Okay.
Then I hit him.
All right. Meantime, Barbara's looking at the car.
So I rolled the burglary, break into a secure location plus sharp, got a 9. Oh, and you pick 2. So I get in undetected, and I'm going to not leave a mess, but I'm not out yet. So, because I'll be detected. So I'll start looking around, anything suspicious, any papers, etc., etc.
Does Sten yell anything out?
He did.
How do you mean?
Does he yell out a battle cry or anything? Or
Oh, yes. In the name of Odin, I will
Yeah, he
smite
said
you.
all right. So Eloise, Alistair would hear that. All right. So you're doing kick some ass, I'm guessing.
Sorry, yes, I am. So that's roll plus tough. So here we go with the hammer. Ah, that's 5.
All right. So yeah, he simply steps back as you're swinging. Alistair and Eloise, you doing anything? You heard the
Yeah,
battle
I look
cry?
at Eloise when I hear Sten's battle cry, and like that's our cue. And I start running towards the ponytail dude and Sten with my shovel held to be able to like I'm gonna use the since it's I'm assuming an iron or steel blade on it or spade on it to go after the Denarian.
Elise turns to the frat guys. This deal is gonna get bad. It's better for you if you are not seen around. Think about the academic consequences if you get caught in a drug deal. Go, go, go! So, and I'm going to use my move to get some mortal to trust me for their own safety. So
I'll give you a
trust me.
+1 because you're idiots.
Okay. I get an 8.
All right. So,
So
they're like,
yeah.
they're
So
like,
they ask you a hard question, they stall a little a while, or they have a better idea.
they're like, are you coming to the party later? We've still got these hundreds. We're getting a keg.
Yeah, sure, but nobody going to any party if you are arrested. Go,
Alright,
go,
so
go.
They run off yelling, we're getting the keg. Okay. Right. He's going to pick up Sten and sort of trying to hammer throw him into the ground against the base of the wall of the cemetery. That would be act under pressure, Sten.
Oh, gee whiz. That is 4.
Sweet.
We finally get to see Sten getting kicked.
3 points of harm minus any armor you have.
The nice thing about this is that Berserk, no matter how much harm you take, you can always keep going until the current fight is over.
Okay.
So my divine armor is worth 1.
Okay.
So that is, did you say 3 or 1 or 2?
3 harm.
So 2 taken. And mark another experience. So it's just notching up now.
Okay.
That
Barbara's
won't slow me down.
Barbara's inside the car. Yeah. There's 2 packs of, 50 lots of $100 bills. There is a change of suit in the back. There's the car keys, of course, because he didn't bother taking them out. You could just take the car.
Yeah, I could, and I might what they did before, but nothing else. Like no papers in the glove compartment or something.
No, there's a map that matches Alistair's one with the 18 cemeteries and the 2 that would have the lichens in them.
I guess I don't need to take the map if I take the car. What am I taking? No, I'll just take the keys and the map and the suit. The money? Sure, I'll take the money. I wonder what those kids will do to him when they find out he can't pay them. What else? What else was there? Like anything in the trunk? I tried, the back seats.
Registrations registered to Chuck U. Farley.
Chuck U. what?
Chuck U. Farley.
Chuck U. Farley? I say it 3 times to see if it brings any memories. I assume not. I write down that name on one of the bills.
Okay.
Pen or something.
Stan, you have an opportunity to attack. Amazingly, what are you doing?
I attack.
All right.
I smite
Really?
him. Gee whiz, that's an incredible 7. So on 7, I inflict 3 harm.
Yep.
Holy, and it counts. He is vulnerable to it.
Yes. Yeah, I've noted what holy weapons do to him because nothing else affects him. So all right, bam. He's it's like, it's been a long time since anyone harmed me. I'm almost glad it was you, Sten. And he leaps towards you. Eloise, what are you doing?
So now that everything is cleared, I guess. Oh, can I see where Barbara is?
Yes, you can see her in the front of the car.
Okay, so I running towards her, and then I ask, "What do you need me to do? How can I help?"
While he's thinking about it, Alistair, what are you doing?
I'm charging ponytail guy with the shovel, screaming, "Ah!" with a crazed look in my eyes.
You do remember when you heard about when you guys discussed him before? That's why you had holy water.
I think Alistair is hoping that the metal of the shovel will work. So after that fails spectacularly, that's when he might go to his pocket for the holy water.
Yep. So the shovel just bounces off him. He doesn't even seem to notice or care.
Well, it literally
He's focused
just
on Stan.
bounces
Stan,
off.
what are you doing? Yep. Stan, what are you up to?
I smite him.
Just hitting the A button. All right.
Actually, no. I have to protect Alistair.
Well, this guy's still focused on you, so he's not actually threatening Alistair. At this
Oh, is he
point.
not? Oh, right. Okay.
He doesn't seem
Oh, right.
because Alistair hasn't done anything to him yet.
Okay. Okay. Just a flea bite. Okay. Then roll +2. 9, 10, 11. That's more like it. I will choose to do. I will exchange harm and choose to do terrible harm. So that's 4 holy hammer harm.
Okay.
Is he doing a routine 3 on me in
Yep.
exchange harm?
Yep.
Because that goes to 6.
Minus, well, 3 minus your armor. So
Yeah, I've done that.
okay. All right. So he's sort of he kind of shatters, and the pieces kind of turn into flies before they actually hit the ground, and the flies are swirling around. And he says, "I'll be back, mortals. I have eons."
Love you too.
Well, at least we don't have to worry about that.
Stan, buddy, are you okay? You're looking messed up.
Because now, when the fight ends, all harm takes effect as normal. So Sten is dying, which works for me because I can't be here next week. What do I want to do? I kind of drag Alistair down. I whisper in his ear, "Do you think that is the end, Alistair?"
I think we're just getting started, Stan. We're in this for the long haul. But we got to get you some help.
So, all right. Sten, in one eye you're looking at Alistair, and because you're Odin's son, I'll give you a different vision in the other eye. He turns to you and he says, 9 years. So you think there's an arrow and it'll be back. All right, Barbara and Eloise, you're in the car.
Yeah, well, I opened the car that I'm rummaging around. I saw that the guy just disappeared without taking his car, right? It just poofed. Bring him in. I'll drive him out to the hospital. Now.
Yeah, we have to make it fast. Quick. And Elise starts going through the city map. I'll advise you to get to the shortcut. We need to save him.
Yeah, another way. Don't worry.
Yep,
Alright.
I think
You get to
Alistair's
the
like
hospital and-
dragging Sten's body very slowly because he probably weighs almost twice as much as Alistair over to
Yeah,
the car. Get a little help here so we can get him to the hospital.
All right. So that's fine. We can get him to the hospital. And he's in bed. There, you get him to ICU.
Can Sten have a near-death experience?
Yeah. You know? Well, you know,
I think that Odin judges that I have fulfilled that mission to protect Alistair. There's only one thing left, and that is I'd like to just have a past life flash before my eyes to see whether I can ask one more question and pass that on to Alistair so he can complete what he is importantly supposed to do. Is that okay?
Yep.
And I'll treat that as my epilogue. So hang on, this is +1. Oh, that is 12. So on a 10 plus, past life has something useful. Ask the keeper 2 questions below. And the 2 questions that I want to ask are, what important hidden secret can a past life show me the way to, and I can pass that on to Alistair?
Are you familiar with the Beast of Gevaudan?
Not off the top of my head.
All right, so classic werewolf, you know, full moon berserk killing machine. Right. So there was a big thing in France, and I think it's the Middle Ages. But we can say your character was involved in that, and you know, silver and only silver harms them.
So I think just before Odin gathers my soul back in to be reincarnated somewhere else, I think I will pull Alistair down again close and pull the master one side and say, the werewolf, the cursed one, you will need silver. Only silver will work. And then one last question. No, I think you've given me the answer to 2 questions there, which is point me in the right direction and what would work. So I'm content with that. And then the machine will go. Zzz,
Oh. Eloise, Barbara, you gonna say or do anything?
I don't know what just happened, but silver? Well, since we are at the hospital, do you think we can steal some old x-rays? Can get the silver from that.
Good idea. But wait! And then we hear the beep. And I'm like, what the fuck? Is it? No way. But we brought him to the hospital. And hospital.
And Alistair screams, "No!"
Yeah.
And I think
Shit.
collapses across
Shit.
Sten's body, going, "We'll avenge you, Sten."
Alright,
Shit.
so the nurses come in and sort of rush over and they try and do the paddles and doesn't have any effect.
Guys,
It's like he's been dead a long time.
Very, very long time.
it
Alright.
smells like it.
And one of the nurses bumps Alistair as they go past. And later on, Alistair notices a tarot card in his pocket. And the tarot card is the moon. And we'll go credits. Alrighty. Now we can do end of session move stuff. No, I don't. I've got it here on my lovely laminated sheet. Alright. Alright. So, Ludo, you can't play next week, or?
No, no, I'm mastering again, but that time slot.
No worries. All right, well, hopefully we can game again with you at some point in the future. Now let's have a look. End of session. Did we include the current mystery? Yes. Did we save someone from certain death? Yeah, kind of. Her car.
Yes, we saved my car. That's true. From certain death too.
Yeah, something important. Yes. Yes,
Also
I'll
those
say
kids.
three experience points each.
Oh yeah, finally my first upgrade. What?
Good.
Where is it the date? So I need to choose one.
All right. So yeah, any feedbacks, comment, anything?
I just want to say thanks for leaning into that kind of warrior burial thing. That was all worked well for me. Thank you. Nice, neat finish.
I mean, I had to speed up the Denarium plot because you can't come next week or whatever. But it's like, yeah, it still worked. I had several plots going, so that works.
Yeah, I had a great time playing with everyone again, and Ludo, it was a real pleasure to get to play with you, and I'm so happy you picked the Mortal playbook, because that playbook again is one of the best ones for moving the mystery along. So it really helped to have that map right away to kind of clarify where we were going, and I really liked the way things wrapped up with the Denarium being dispersed by Sten and saying, "I'll be back." And then Sten's glorious death, as it were, and passing along that juicy piece of info. So I thought it was a really fun, solid session.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
yeah. It felt like the comedic session at most of the game. Like we had such crazy shit going on, and then Sten dies.
Yeah, it was really an intricate session, and I have to give a star to Blake to how you could feel that there was a lot of things in motion and things were happening, either we were on top of them or not. So that really pushed the action around. And it was really nice to see the different priorities of every character. And like Sven was really the only thing standing as a doom, and we are all over our heads. And it's kind of curious to see now how anything is going to get done without Stan.
Yeah. Well, I found with Monster of the Week, because of the moves, if a couple of good rolls, and you can shortcut sort of half the plot, and it goes. So it works better to have multiple plots going, and then tie them into the backgrounds, and yeah. But no, that's cool. I tried hard to make it cool for everybody. Erasmus, did you have any thoughts?
No, it was fun. It was very funny at the beginning, very crazy at the end. Hopefully, I'll find that stupid monster and get how much was it? 10,000, 20,000,
$20,000. Yeah.
$20,000. Yes.
Apart from the 10 grand you just got from the limousine.
Oh, right, that too. Okay, don't worry about it though, right? Those two. Yeah, no, that's mine.
But if you think about danger pay, then maybe it's about right. Alrighty.
If I was going to be here, I would have a couple of wishes, because I do think that we need to see Barbara in a car chase. Because so far, whenever she's in a car, she's a passenger. And I do want to see her and her team break in somewhere.
No, I drove on the first session, didn't I? I
Oh,
was
yeah,
the one driving
true.
us around, but
Yeah,
it
but
wasn't any. Yeah.
it wasn't a car chase. There was no kind of driver going on. So that would be what I'd want to see.
I can note that in. Car chase. No worries. Done.
Yeah, I guess I'll tag in on what Alan was saying there, is that, kind of each playbook has their signature move, and just trying to have those opportunities for the move. For like me being a flake, I mean, it's such a trope. It's really easy to insert that, even if an opportunity doesn't come up, to do the whole, oh, it's all connected thing. But I think that way everyone can have like kind of that meaningful spotlight moment.
Yep. That's all cool. I will do that. All right. We shall leave it at that. It was cool playing with you all, and yeah, Alan, Ludo, hopefully we can play again sometime later this year. That's all cool. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend, all.
See you. See you around.
See you guys. Bye now.